Make sure you can feel the sitting bones touching the ground. Make sure your back is stretched. Roll your shoulders gently to the back, but especially down. Stretch your neck at the same time. And put your chin gently towards your chest, but don't bend your head, just the chin. And start concentrating on your breath. Now all the attention goes to your breath. Put everything behind. Just concentrate on here and now, and on the air going through your chest, through your throat, your nose. And start breathing very deep and very long. You can use already the Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with it. And on each inhalation, expand your whole chest completely in every possible direction. Not only to the front, but also expand it to the sides and even to the back. Feel your ribs moving back and forth while you breathe. And at the end of each exhalation, move your navel closer to your spine. And on the next inhalation, turn your head to the right. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale, turn your head down and to the right. And exhale, down and to the left. And inhale, do the full cycle in one direction, very slowly. Keep stretching the neck at the same time. And the other direction, one complete cycle. Don't move your shoulders, just move your neck and your head. And slowly come back to the center. On the inhale, raise your right arm up and stretch up. The left hand goes to the floor. On the exhale, bend to the left side, stretching the whole right side. Try to look up the ceiling. Inhale, come back up and stretch. And exhale down. Inhale, left arm up and stretch the right one on the floor. And exhale, bend to the right side, stretching the whole left side and try looking at the ceiling. Inhale, come back up and stretch. And exhale down. And inhale, right arm up and stretch. Exhale, put your hand on the opposite knee, the other one in the back. On the inhale, stretch a little bit more up. On the exhale, twist gently. And inhale, come back to the front. Exhale. And inhale, left arm up and stretch. Exhale, opposite knee, the other one in the back. On the inhale, stretch up even more. Exhale, twist, deepen the twist gently. Inhale, come back to the front. And Inhale, raise both arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And on the exhale, move down from your hips, bend forward, keep stretching, and when you're at your maximum, put your forearms on the floor and drop your head down. You can move with your fingers a little bit more towards the front to stretch even more. And then again, put your forearms on the floor, or maybe if you're staying a bit higher, you can just leave your hands on the floor. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Feel the stretch in your thighs, in your hip joints. Concentrate on the breathing again. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front again, and slowly let your arms lift you up. And exhale, lower your arms and stand up in Tadasana. Tadasana, so both feet together, toes touching each other if you can. If no, you can keep them also a little bit apart if this helps your balance. Okay, so choose your version of Tadasana. And the legs are active, the stomach is active, the navel gently towards the spine. Your hips are in neutral position, so not too much to the back or to the front. They are neutral, so somewhere in the center. And lower your shoulders, stretch your neck again and concentrate on your breathing. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms. Keep stretching your whole upper body. Interlock your fingers. Stretch up as much as you can. The stretch is going from your hips, from your waist, your chest, up onto the tip of your head. Stay. Lower your shoulders. Don't squeeze your head with your arms. And on the exhale, slowly lower your arms. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend forward and stop parallel to the floor. On the inhale, spread your arms, look in front. Exhale, one more time, the arms to the front and your hips are pushing to the back. The whole spine is stretched. Inhale, one more time, spread your arms, it's a flying bird. And exhale, arms to the front, hips to the back. And on the inhale, gently come back up. And exhale, lower your arms. Inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, stretch up one more time, look up if you can. And exhale, bend with the twist to the right side, just gently first and stop whenever you need to. Inhale, come back up, stretch up again, look up. And exhale one more time, bend to the side. Go just as low as you can, but make sure the movement is going first from the hips and only then from your back. Drop your head down, and even if you're not touching the floor, just let your hands, your arms loose and feel the gravity working and pulling you little by little towards the floor. And on the inhale, if you need to, you can bend your knees gently to keep the balance, to come back up. And exhale, come back to the front. Inhale, stretch up one more time, but lower your shoulders. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, stretch up in the twist, look up. And exhale, bend down just gently first. Inhale, come back up. First the arms and then they are pulling your whole body up. And exhale one more time from your hips. And then drop your upper body down. And again, feel the gravity pulling you to the floor. Stay for one breath. And on the next inhalation, you can bend your knees gently and let your arms lift you up. And exhale to the center and lower your arms. You can move your shoulders gently a few times. Just to release any tension if you need to. Come back to your breathing. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, sorry, bend down completely from your hips all the way down. Inhale, stretch your spine, look in front, but on the floor, don't squeeze your neck. Exhale, bend down completely. You can bend your knees and drop your head down. Inhale, one more time, stretch your spine and make sure your spine is stretched so you can put either your hands on your shins or if you can still keep it straight, you can put them on the floor. Exhale, bend down. You can bend your knees if you need to gently, just to keep your lower back stretched. Inhale, one more time, stretch up. And exhale, bend down. You can bend your knees. And now stay for a few breaths, and on each exhalation, try to feel your head being pulled by the gravity to the floor. And move away your shoulders from your ears, wherever you are, either if you're here or here, just move the shoulders away from your ears. On the next inhalation, bend your knees, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front and come to the chair pose. Stretch your spine and exhale, come back up and lower your arms. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, one more time, Utkatasana, so the chair pose. Inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, put your hands in Namaste on your chest. Inhale, one more time, stretch your spine. You can tilt the pelvis gently. And on the exhale, twist to the right. And try to put your arm next to your thigh. I'll just move so we can see better. And on the next inhalation, by pushing both your hands, one from the other, try to move your chest to the ceiling. The chest is open to your right side. And on the next inhalation, slowly come back to the front. Stretch one more time. And exhale, twist to the left side. Put your elbow behind your thigh. And again, on the inhale, push by your both hands against one another to lift up your chest. Open it up. And try looking at the ceiling if you can. Stay one more breath. And inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, hands on the floor. And slowly put your knees on the floor. And now move to the end of your mat. toes tucked. Stay and calm your breath. I know for some of us the Utkatasana is very intense pose. So try to come back to normal breathing. And put your hands in the front and stretch your ankles. Put the upper side of your feet on the floor. And put your hands somewhere in the middle of your thighs. And on the next exhalation, lift up the knees just gently and then put them down. And do it a few times. Try to do it as slowly and as high as possible, but don't move too far. And the upper side of your feet is still on the floor. Okay, and after a few times, put your hands in the back. You can put them on your fingertips or completely flat palms to the floor. And on the inhale, open up your chest, roll your shoulders to the back and drop your head to the back. Exhale, come back, chin to the chest, relax the stomach area. And inhale one more time, open up your chest to the ceiling and maybe lift up your hips this time as well. And exhale, come back down. And come back to the center. Put your left hand on the right thigh, behind the right thigh, and the right hand in the back and twist just gently. And inhale, come back to the front. And the other side, the left side. So right arm behind the left thigh and the other one in the back and twist gently. And come back to the front. Inhale, raise your arms. Interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, bend from your hips to the front and stretch on the floor. The head goes to the floor, arms are stretching to the front. Again, come back to your breathing. And inhale, come to 4-point position. And exhale, downward facing dog. And walk a few times in the downward dog. It's the first one today. So bend one knee and stretch the other leg and then the opposite to warm up the muscles, core legs. You can move your hips gently as well, move the hip joint. And now bend your knees, put your stomach on your thighs. Lift the heels and lift your hips as if you wanted them to reach the ceiling. And on the next exhalation, try to straighten your legs just as much as you can, but without rounding your back. Keep the whole back stretched. And inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, put your foot between your hands. And inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up and stay. Remember to keep your hip facing the front, don't open it up. So if this is happening, lift your heel up in order to move the hips to the front. And bring your shoulders to the back. Your rib cage, your lower ribs. And shoulders down. on the next inhalation, come back to warrior one. And exhale, warrior two. So this time, lower your foot down, open up your hips to the side and spread your arms. We're looking to the front. We're looking at the right arm. And on the next inhalation, put your forearm on your thigh and the arm is going down and is doing half cycle to go just above your head. And again, stay for one breath. Try to stretch the whole body. The whole body should be one line with your left leg. And on the next exhalation, put your hand on the floor, just as for the downward dog. Lift your heel up and lift your right arm to the ceiling on the inhale. And again, stay for one breath. Push your heel to the back and your arm to the ceiling. And exhale, come back down and back to downward dog. Stay for one breath. And inhale, left arm up. Exhale to the front between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. The hips are facing the front. Exhale. Arms to the side and to the front, palms up. Lower your shoulders. Bring your belly and your lower ribs in. And if you need to raise the heel in order to move the hips to the front. And the next inhalation, arms to the side and up, back to warrior one. And exhale, open your hips and warrior two. So now we are opening up the hips and be careful that the knee is still above the ankle, it's not going to the side. And feel as if someone was pulling you by both hands in order for you to stay in the center and not to lean to any side. And on the next inhalation, put your forearm on your thigh and the arm is going down and up your head, above your head. Try to look up the ceiling. Again, watch out your knee, that it's still facing the front. Try to go a bit lower if you can. And the next exhalation, put your hand on the floor, lift your heel up. So now the hips are squared to the floor. And inhale, lift the left arm to the ceiling. Stretch the whole spine. And shoulders away from your ears. Push off the mat with your feet and your right arm and try to reach the ceiling. And exhale, come back to the floor and back to downward dog. And stay for one breath. Push off the mat with both your hands. Spread your fingers as much as you can. And you can keep your knees bent in order to keep the spine stretched. And on the next inhalation, raise the right leg up and exhale to the front. And now lower the left knee on the floor and the foot goes on the floor. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, just like we're doing warrior two, now we are opening up the hips and as in warrior two, spreading the arms and looking to the front. And on the next exhalation, go to the front and then place your hands just in front of your feet, on the side of your feet, the inner side, and the other one up. Try to stretch both sides the same way as we do in Trikonasana, in the triangle pose. Stay for one breath, very long Ujjayi breath. And on the inhale, come back to the center, interlock your fingers and stretch. And on the exhale, now twist to the right and also spread your arms just as before. And now try looking to the back, or at least in front of you, or to your right side. And try to move your left hip a little bit lower and to the back, because it will have a tendency to go to the front. And on the next exhalation, the same as before, go down with your left arm and the right arm is going up. Again, stay for one breath. And now if you still have space, just make sure that you are grounded nicely to the floor. You can bend the left knee, move your foot up, and try to reach your foot with your right arm. And now open up your chest to the ceiling, and at the same time move your feet towards your glute. And try looking at the ceiling. If you're losing the balance, you can go out to the previous position, to the previous version. And on the next exhalation, slowly come back, both your hands on the floor. Inhale, 4-point position. And exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, put your knee on the floor, your foot on the floor, and as to warrior one, interlock your fingers and stretch. Supported warrior one. And on the exhale, a supported warrior two, spread your arms and look in front. Inhale, stretch your whole spine, lower your shoulders, and on the exhale, put your hand on the inner side of your foot and the right one to the ceiling. And keep stretching both sides of your upper body and keep reaching to the ceiling. Don't let your whole body sink in this position. Move your right hip a little bit to the back. Sorry, your left one. And on the next inhalation, by moving up from strong feet, come back to supported warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. And on the exhale, twist to the left side and spread your arms. And this time, try looking to the back. Twist in your lower body, your lower spine, your upper spine, and at the end, your head. And on the next exhalation, put your hand on the floor and the left one is going up the ceiling. And again, stay shoulders away from your ears. Stretch the whole spine. Try looking at the ceiling, or you can just look to the front. And now, if you still feel you have more space to stretch, you can bend the right leg and try to catch your foot. Try to push it closer to your glute, and at the same time open up your chest to the ceiling. So the elbow is going to the back and the chest to the front, and trying to twist it to the ceiling. Try looking up, if it doesn't hurt your neck, of course. One more breath. And on the next exhalation, release the grip, arm up and arm down. Inhale, 4-point position. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for one breath. And inhale, right leg up. Exhale to the front. And put your knee again on the floor and your foot flat on the floor. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, a supported warrior 2, twist to the left side, look to the front. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, hand on the floor, the right hand and the left one is going to the ceiling. On the exhale, both hands on the floor. And inhale, lift the right one now to the ceiling. Stay for one breath again. And on the next inhalation, come back up, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, put your hands in Namaste on your chest. Inhale, stretch up. Move your now your right hip a little bit down and to the back. Inhale, stretch up. And on the exhale, start twisting to the right, just as much as you can. And lower your body down to put your elbow behind your thigh, just as we did at the beginning. And on the next inhalation, push your hands together in order to twist the chest more towards the ceiling. Try to look up if you can, or if your neck feels tensed, you can look to the front. Stay for one more breath. And on the next exhalation, both hands on the floor. Inhale, 4-point position. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale, foot to the front. And lower your knee on the floor and your foot flat on the floor. Inhale, supported warrior 1. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, warrior 2. Look to the front. Inhale, stretch your spine up. Lower your shoulders. And exhale, stretch to the front and then put your hands in front of your leg and your right arm up. And on the next exhalation, your right arm goes to the floor. And inhale, left arm up to the other side, to the ceiling. Stay for one breath again. And on the next inhalation, push off the mat with your feet in order to keep the balance and come back to supported warrior 1. Exhale, hands in Namaste on your chest. Inhale, stretch your spine, lower your shoulders. Tilt your pelvis gently. On the exhale, put your navel closer to the spine and draw your left hip now a little bit to the back and down. And the next inhalation, stretch your spine, and exhale, start twisting to the left this time, and go a bit lower and put your elbow behind your thigh. Put your palms together and push your palms against one another in order to lift up your chest. Try to look up if you can, or look to the front. Stay for one more breath. Keep stretching the whole spine. And on the next exhalation, slowly, arms to the floor. Come back to 4-point position. Inhale, and on the exhale, sit on your heels and stretch the upper body. And one more time, walk a little bit with your fingers to the front to stretch even more your whole spine. And on the exhale, just put your arms loosely on the floor and your forehead on the floor. And stay for a few breaths. Try to relax your shoulders. You can also go to Balasana if you feel tension in your shoulders or in your arms, so your arms along your legs. And stay for for a few breaths to catch up with your breathing, to make it steady again and calm. I don't know about you, but it's very hot in here. I feel like in India. It also means it's easier to stretch. We feel more flexible often when it's hot. Okay, and if you were in Balasana, come back with your hands to the front. And on the next inhalation, come back to 4-point position. Cross your legs in the back and walk with your fingers to the back. Lift up your hips and sit behind them. Stretch your legs in the front, Dandasana. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And on the exhale, don't lose your stretch of your upper body, but lower your arms gently. Just move to the front so you can see better. And now bend the right leg and put your foot on the opposite side. And now for some of you, it will be already intense for a stretch of your right leg. So stay like this, and if you still have some space, you can bend the left leg. Put your foot close to your hip. But stay in this version only if it allows you to sit steadily on, to still feel both sitting bones on the floor. It's if one of them is lifting, go to the previous version with the legs stretched. You are working the same way in this one. Okay. So bring your knee towards your chest so that it's compact. And on the next inhalation, raise your left arm up and stretch up. And on the exhale, start twisting and put your arm behind the thigh and the other arm in the back. And on the inhale, open up your chest and stretch up. And on the exhale, try to twist a little bit deeper, starting from your lower spine and then the upper spine, and at the end, the head. Keep the shoulders low, don't squeeze your neck, and keep your chest open. And if this is very intense, you can also put your arm around your leg, not behind it. And on the next exhalation, slowly come back to the front. Stretch the left leg. Put the right one on the same side and lower it down to asana. So put your feet close to your inner thigh, your right foot. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend to the front just gently first. Inhale, come back up, stretch up again. And exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. And now reach wherever you can. It may be your calf, maybe close to your ankle, or maybe you're able to touch, to grab your foot. And on the inhale, lift up your sternum first. Lift up your chest, open it up, shoulders down, to stretch your back even more. And on the exhale, try to bend a little bit more from your hips to lower the stomach closer to the thigh. And at the end, drop your head down. Your head still wants to go not down, but towards your foot. And shoulders away from the ears, so that there is space for your neck. On the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front and go all the way up. Exhale down. Now put your left arm on your right thigh, the other one in the back, and twist just gently. And come back to the front and change the side. So first the twist. Bend the left knee down, left leg up. And put your foot on the opposite side. And now again, if this is very intense, stay like that. And if you can still keep the balance and sit on both sitting bones, you can bend also the right leg. Okay, keep your left foot on the floor, flat on the floor. And bring your knee close to your chest. And on the next inhalation, raise your right arm up, stretch up. And exhale, start twisting and put your arm behind the thigh, the other one in the back, and twist. Or put your arm around your leg. And on each inhalation, stretch your spine up. And on each exhalation, try to twist just a little bit more. Inhale up and exhale to the back. Keep your chest open and your shoulders low. The inhalation here is a little bit blocked, but the exhalation can be very slow still. And slowly come back to the center. And stretch the right leg. Put the left one on the left side and lower it down on the floor to asana. close to the inner thigh. Make sure again that your sitting bones are stable and that your hips are not open, they are facing the front, the straight leg. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend from your hips, but just gently first. Inhale, come back up, stretch up again as much as you can. And exhale, bend to the straight leg and put your arms, put your hands wherever you can, on your calf, maybe on your ankle or on your foot. And inhale, lift up the sternum, look up to stretch the spine even more from its base all the way up. And exhale, by bending your elbows, go closer to the floor. Your stomach wants to lie down on your thigh. Keep your shoulders still away from your ears. And your head wants to reach the foot. And here again, try to work on the exhalation. Try to make it as long as possible. If you feel a lot of tension under your knee, you can bend your knee gently. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front and let your arms lift you up. And exhale, lower your arms, stretch both legs. And move more or less to the middle of the mat so that you have place in the back. Bend your knees. On the inhale, stretch your spine, move your chest to the front. And on the exhale, roll the spine from the bottom little by little to the upper part of it. Until you're lying down. And now, feet close to your glute. The distance, the feet are the distance of your feet, of your hips, and your whole arms are flat on the floor. Roll your shoulders gently to the back so that your shoulder blades are lying on the floor. And we will do a half bridge. So on the next inhalation, by pushing off the mat with both your whole arms, your shoulders and your feet, lift up your hips. So inhale. Exhale down. Just gently at the beginning. And now a little bit higher. Inhale. And try to stay. If you still have space, you can put your palms together, interlock your fingers, and now try to move your shoulders really under you to be able to move off the mat even more. And push your feet to the floor so that your legs are not going, your knees are not going on the outside. Your knees should be still the distance of your hips. Try to stay as much as you can, but if you feel some discomfort in your lower back, go out. And one more inhalation, lift up a little bit more, and exhale, slowly come back down, little by little, piece by piece, and lie down on the floor. And bring your knees towards your chest, put your arms around, and on the exhale, push your legs towards the floor. Inhale, release the grip a little to grab some air. And exhale one more time. Flatten the whole spine on the floor. put your hands, your arms on the sides. They are bent in more or less 90 degrees. And your knees are still bent. Inhale. And on the exhalation, move your knees to the right side. And try to keep your shoulder to the ground. So go just as far as you can without lifting the shoulder from the floor. Stay for one breath. Look to the opposite side. And inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, go to the left side. So the hips are lifting off the floor and going to the side, but the shoulders are still on the floor. And look to the opposite side, so now to the right. Try to relax the hip joint. And inhale, come back to the front. Again, push your legs towards your chest. And your feet on the floor. Stay for one breath. And slowly come back to the sitting position. So either by rolling on your right side or by rolling to the front. And sit comfortably to pranayama in your favorite position. Make sure it's stable but comfortable at the same time, and that it's keeping your back stretched. So connect to your breathing again. Take as much time as you need in order to make it completely natural first. Make it steady and calm. And once it's calm already, now start making it longer and deeper. You can use already the Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with it. Otherwise, just breathe naturally, but try to make it long and deep. And just as before, on every inhalation, expand your whole chest in every direction. And with each exhalation, when you're going very slowly to the end, bring the navel closer to your spine. The back is still stretched, but the navel goes in. And stay with your deep breathing. We will do as usually inhalation through alternate nostril and exhalation through either Ujjayi or just through both nostrils open. And we will start with the inhalation through the left nostril. So first exhale completely. And inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale left. hold, and exhale Ujjayi. Hold and come back to your natural breathing. Observe the air for a moment. Observe the effect that it had on your breathing, on the flow of the air in your body. And slowly open your eyes and lie down in Shavasana. So Shavasana, just to remind you, your legs are apart, a little bit on the outside, and arms as well away from your body. And if you feel any discomfort in your lower back, you can also bend your knees. Just make sure you tilt your pelvis gently and put your knees together and the legs are on the outside. Make sure that your neck is stretched as well, so put your chin gently towards the chest. And concentrate on your breathing, but don't try to control this, just observe it now. Try to feel every point of contact between your body and the floor. Relax your feet. Relax your calves. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your stomach. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your mouth. Relax your cheeks. And relax your forehead. Take a deep inhalation. And very slow, purifying exhalation. And slowly start waking your body up by moving your fingers and your toes. You can stretch if you feel like it. And bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. And slowly, when you're ready, come back to the sitting position. Sit back comfortably, but stable still. Put your hands in Namaste on your chest and drop your head down. Say thank you for this practice to yourself, for the time you're giving to yourself, to your body, and to your mind. Put your hands back on your thighs, head back in the center, and slowly allow your eyes to open. Namaste. Thank you very much.